All right. What did you guys think of this presentation on essential oils and money?
Very different.
Okay.
I loved it. It reminded
Yeah.
me that I needed to use my blends again
Okay.
that I stopped using, and I need to go back to them. So thank you.
You're welcome. And you know, if you think of like some of the oils that we talked about, you know, like cinnamon, I mean, it's an on guard, you know?
Can you repeat that last blend?
Um, yeah, the
Myrrh, patchouli, clove.
let me see if I can find that page again. I know where it is. Okay. It's myrrh, equal parts myrrh, patchouli, cassia, orange, clove, ginger, and frankincense.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And, you know, cleaning your home with essential oils, it also is welcoming abundance into your home. And so it's not just reducing the toxic load, but it's also increasing your abundance, not just because of all the money you save, but what you're energetically changing about your life. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I've noticed about my reality ever since I really, you know, like very consciously use these oils, not just because I've got an acre of pain, but like just really to make, because I really want to be the best version of myself. You know, I've told you guys that I feel like I've lost so many years of my life. I don't even remember huge pockets of my life, and I've got such a good memory. And so it's like I was almost like, it's like lost time. And so it's really important to me that, you know, I try and be the best version of myself. And so I started using the oils for that purpose. And I'll tell you, there's never been a moment since that intention was set that I have been in a place where I felt unsafe financially, or that I felt unsafe in terms of all the things that were important for our, you know, immediate security, you know, as a family. I'm a single mom, and I do it really by myself, really completely by myself. I don't have, you know, like family members. It's just the only family members that I have in this continent are my children and you guys, but you know, my children. And I am mom, dad, good cop, bad cop, you know, party planner, poop scooper, all of it, right? But, you know, in doing all of that, I've never felt like I couldn't handle it. Like I could, you know, I didn't have enough resources within myself to do this. And there was a time where I felt like I had nothing. Like I had nothing to give my own children, not even like my presence. I was just a presence in their life, but I wasn't present. And now I feel like I have everything to give. And it's a big shift. So anyway, I'm open to answering questions or, you know, hearing your comments. Yes, Marge? Did you have a question for me? Anybody? Or comment? Yes, Iris?
So when we're making blends, I mean, I've been using oils for a long time, but I'm just curious. So when you make blends like equal parts, are you putting them in a roller, in a spray? Are you mixing it with FCO? Are you mixing it with water?
All of the above.
Okay.
Right here next to me, I've got a roller. My son made this for me, and this was his cute little sticker. It's a little heart. Like that's his label. And I asked him what's in it, and he's like, "It's good for your heart because I love you." So that was his,
so sweet.
you know. So he made, you know, I make blends, and then I also have like right here next to me is a spray bottle, and I've got rose water. Sometimes I put witch hazel and a little bit of water, and you know, I use that as a spray, and I usually spray my face. It smells good, but I didn't want to spray in front of you guys because knowing my luck, I'll like spray like that, and then I also make it into like tinctures. This is just a reused bottle, but you know, it's got the dropper, and you know, I put like different like vitamin D oil and flaxseed oil, then I've got the essential oils, and then I just throw a little dropper in there. You can make it with alcohol too, but I don't. Or vegetable glycerin. You can use vegetable glycerin to make tinctures with essential oils and just put a drop under your tongue. So, I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with, there's no right or wrong. It's just what works for you. I really like sprays because I feel like I like the way it feels. And I like how...
Cut off right when she was saying it.
So old. This is getting so old. It's like Zoom has been giving me problems all day, and it's not just me. I was on a call with somebody else, with Eddie Vela. He's doing this interview thing. Oh, so he's posting this thing tomorrow. And if you see me wearing the same shirt, it's not because I wore the same shirt 2 days in a row, but it's because he interviewed me today and then is posting it like it's live tomorrow. So I just wanted to let you know that. I'm going to out him. But I like the way, what was I saying? I was saying that I like the way spray works, right? I just like it because it feels like it's like small molecules of oils, and I get to smell it and, receive it.
Yeah.
And I think from a psychological standpoint, I feel like, it's also going into the environment, but I'm only taking what I need.
Okay.
From a psychological standpoint, but really I just like, I like being a diva, just like spray it out, walk into it. I felt really cheated because I can't use, synthetic fragrances. So I I walk through the mall and people are like, can I spray? I'm like, don't. But now I get to do that to myself. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Todd, what did you think of today's presentation? I like that you are usually I'll token dude.
No, I really enjoyed it because I like looking at things in a completely different way than I normally would, or just the way I kind of read things or look at it. And you offer such a great, total different perspective. And I think to be complete, when I educate other people, I need those different perspectives. Matter of fact, I did a little video about a men's cologne this morning, and in the video I was sharing that a lot of times we get in the mindset that we need an oil for this problem or an oil for that problem, and that if we get to thinking about how the oils will help us all day, just balance everything in our life, then that's why you would want to use a cologne made out of essential oils. And Rhonda listened to it. Rhonda said, "You stole that from Pramela." I said, exactly. That's what I'm learning from her. So
I love it. It's like a collective mindset, I think that education and this is to be shared and go, and I don't think that you stole it from me. I think that you just understood it from me, and now it's yours.
And that's what I told her. I said, I'm just learning. That's why I'm here every night. I love learning, love hearing your perspective on it, and everybody here tonight. I mean, talking through the little breaks there. So a lot of the chitter chatter and sharing. I mean, I just really, one of the things I love about this community is the people that are willing to share and help out the person right beside them. That's what I love about it.
Right. There's so much. I mean, the oils are great, but there's so much periphery around what we learn. Denise, do you have a question? Go for it.
No, I love that. The oils are, to me, as simple as you need them to be or as complex as you want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. You can meet people's needs, big and small. Just depends on their openness, which is a cool thing. Not everything in life is that flexible.
Right. And when I brought this topic to the table once, during like a mastermind, on different topics, because we were running out of ideas, right? And I'm like, what about this? Nobody would nobody gave me the time of day. They're like, no, like, and I think that money is such a big part of our everyday.
It is.
It is. We can't, unless we don't become feral in the forest. We can't run away from it, and so we can choose to hide behind, societal norms about it, or our, limiting beliefs about it, and treat it as something, with shame, or with dread, or with stress, or we can hit it head on and just love it, and then love ourselves in the process of attaining it, right?
I agree. I just had my business partner over today for lunch, and she definitely has money blocks. And she said, I don't bring it up to her. It's not my place. I don't feel, but she brought it up today. And my perspective was to her, she is an elite with doTERRA. I said, how would you feel if you were a diamond and you had that money in your life? What would you do with it? Because she's a generous person. And she stopped to think about that. I'm like, you wouldn't just go on vacations and buy purses and material things. You would actually do something that you believe in, that you've never had the money before to support. And it would change you. It would change other people's lives. And she looked at me. She's like, you know what? I never really thought about that. So I said, so let that be the fire for you to build your business, to go forward, because that money like you just said earlier, in the right hands is, to me, money in the right hands is unstoppable.
Well, I feel like it is my moral and ethical obligation to make as much money as possible. And I'll tell you a little story, because for a few years, my children and I were recipients of winter coats from Bootstrap. And for a couple of those years, I had to really pad them up, because it was a winter jacket. We lived in Wisconsin. And my children, some years were not warm enough. I had to really stuff it, and then there were some years that they couldn't go out and play when it was certain kinds of snow. So one of my goals, and the year I hit gold, which was about a year after I started with doTERRA, that winter, we were able to buy 5 families really good winter jackets, like Columbia winter jackets, 5 families. And that was huge for me. And we didn't have Christmas gifts. I didn't buy my kids Christmas gifts. I told them, are you okay with us doing this? And they said yes. And they were so excited, because they picked out the jackets for, the family, and we picked out the exact same jackets that I got them, right? If it was good enough if it's good enough for my kids, then it's good enough for them, right? No cutting corners.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we did that, and that was 1 year, literally 12 months after we were freezing. And today, like last year, we bought 180 winter jackets and distributed it around the United States.
How wonderful that felt.
It is my moral and ethical responsibility to make as much money as I possibly can, because I know what I would do with it.
Right. No, I agree. But I think that's a lot of the context that most people don't have. I think
I didn't think that way. I didn't. I just thought that I was, ticking up the pie, but I didn't realize that the pie just got bigger.
There's plenty of pie for everybody.
Right.
It's a big pie. That pie grows.
It does. And that is the whole idea of abundance.
The last question I have for you, and everybody wants to know, what time are we meeting tomorrow? Because you cut out when you said. Sorry.
Oh. Okay. So I've got to teach a class tomorrow, and I'm thinking that maybe we can meet maybe a little, half an hour maybe after. I'm going to get more clear answers and timeline tomorrow. But I think it will be so instead of 8 p.m. Central, it'll be 8:30 Central, or we might need to do just 9, so I can
we'll all pay attention to your post.
Yeah, I'll post on Oil Joy Live, and I'll email you as well. And hopefully this doesn't happen. I don't know what this
is.
So
thank you so much. And I've enjoyed you for about the last 6 months when I found you. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And, thank you for being willing to take, the good with the weird with the bad, because I'm all of that.
It's technology. What are you going to do?
Oh, no, I'm talking about, like things I
Well, I don't
post.
think you're weird. I don't think so. To me, it's not weird. It's just having an open mind. Things are different. That's all. It's okay.
Thank
We
you.
all need it to stretch ourselves.
Yes. And, like I said, today's topic is a little bit woo-woo, and some of you might be uncomfortable with it.
No, it's okay.
But, that's okay. I kind of feel like that's my job. Make you a little bit uncomfortable.
That's okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions, comments? I think I got something in the chat. Oh, okay, about the iTovi scanner. I like it. I use it, and I think it's a useful tool. I don't think it's a diagnostic tool. I think it is a useful tool, and I'm amazed a lot by how it pops up, and a lot of things are pretty accurate. And at first, when I saw it, when I was like the first few scans, I'm like, you literally can pick any oil, and I would look at it and go, oh my gosh, I need that. Right? Because when you read the description for it, you're like, oh, yeah, that's me, because the oils cover so much ground. But then I started to have a different perspective when I saw the scans of other people and their response and their reaction to it. And one in particular stands out. It was just last week, and I was like feeling really flustered because like everything that was coming out in the iTovi scanner, she was like, nope, 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 nope. Actually, there were two ladies. One of the ladies was like, no, no, no on everything. And her oils that were coming out were like Holiday Joy, On Guard, Oregano, Thyme, and all of that. And she was like, no, I'm not sick. I don't have anything, like read through everything, nothing. 2 days later, boom, flu. And she called and she was like, that machine is voodoo. So there's that. And then just 2 days ago, and this was great because what happened as a result of this experience was a natural solutions kit where she was like, I don't know, maybe 2 oils. And then boom, natural solutions kit. So we did an iTovi scanner. And I wasn't going to do it, but her friend was like, you should do the iTovi scanner. Did you bring your scanner? I'm like, I did. She did the scanner and like Siberian fir was coming up, and a couple of other oils. We went through it, and she's like, no, no, no. And as I was reading the book, I was editing myself. I was like censoring myself and just reading things that I thought might be a problem. And she's like, no, no. And then and then as I was reading it, I noticed, because I'm pretty observant. I remember almost everything I read, and it was like, holy crap! Like 3 of the oils came up with very random things, like frozen shoulder. Or like all 3, like 3 of the oils were like frozen shoulder, and I said, "You have frozen shoulder?" She goes, "Yeah." How do you know? I'm like, I don't know. That's what it says here. So the iTovi scanner popped that up. And then she bought Natural Solutions Kit. I'm like, there's no Siberian fir there, but okay. So it was all good. It was the value. She understood the value. She wanted to get in, and she wanted maximum value, so she got the naturals. I just joke about inappropriate things. I hope she doesn't watch this. So any other questions at all? Anyone? So thank you all very much. And I'm loving all the comments. And I love you all very much. I really do. This has been very good for me. Like you coming and sitting with me, it's been very, very good for me. And I really appreciate it. It really is a big thing for me. So I want to thank you all. Have a good night.